Welcome to Concept with Justin. Welcome to the garden that feels like a room outside the home. Picture the stone cottage with its textured walls and soft blue door, the shady canopy of mature trees, and the inviting sweep of lawn that becomes a living carpet. Imagine stepping from the house down a short stone path onto grass, sitting on weathered outdoor furniture, and feeling the hush of leaves overhead. This scene is not just pretty, it's purposeful. It balances structure and softness, shelter and openness, formal elements and relaxed planting. Let's read this scene carefully, then translate its story into a practical plan we can build and care for together. Start by looking at the composition as a whole. Notice how the house anchors everything, a strong, tactile backdrop whose stonework adds permanence and character. The blue door and matching shutters give personality and unify the palette. The garden wraps the cottage in layers: a taller, woody backdrop of shrubs and trees, a mid-layer of structured evergreens and shaped box, and a ground plane of neat lawn with low perennial edges. Furniture placed on the lawn makes the space livable. It invites presence. The overall theme is sheltered cottage charm with polished edges. That will be the design language to translate into a plan. Before planting or building, take a walk around the site at different times of day. Observe sun patterns and note where dappled shade falls, where there is full sun, and where the shade is nearly constant. Look for wind corridors and the direction of prevailing gusts. After a rain, mark where water pools and where it drains quickly. Dig a small test hole to feel the soil texture. Does it crumble easily or does it feel dense and sticky? Measure key distances: width of the path, height of steps, distance between porch and seating area. These site notes shape plant choices, path construction, and irrigation needs. The image suggests a shady, temperate setting under trees. If your site differs, the same layered approach still applies, but plants and technical details will change. Decide what the garden should do for daily life. Is it primarily a showpiece for curb appeal, a private sanctuary for morning coffee, or an entertaining space for friends? The pictured garden blends these uses, inviting from the street but intimate when seated. Set priorities so choices remain focused: comfortable furniture and clear circulation if daily use is key, bold seasonal color and tidy structure if curb appeal is primary. When priorities are set, design details fall into place more easily. Start with a simple plan drawn from the main viewpoint, often a front window or entry door. Imagine the camera or eye traveling from the house out into the garden. The furniture arrangement here forms a social focal point on the lawn facing the cottage. In plan, draw the house's footprint, the primary path to the door, the lawn mass, and the seating area. Mark existing trees and desirable view lines. The path should direct movement, while also framing views. A soft curve can slow movement, and create pleasing sight lines toward the door or toward a specimen shrub. For hardscape, choose materials that complement the stone cottage: natural flagstone, bluestone, or a muted concrete paver. Keep colors and textures sympathetic to the house. Warm gray, soft browns, and weathered surfaces will harmonize. Lay a straightforward step sequence to the door with level, safe treads. Ensure steps have consistent rise and run for comfort and safety. Use a compacted crushed stone base beneath pavers and a geotextile membrane where weed suppression is needed. Edge paths and lawn with subtle edging. Buried steel or stone edging keeps turf clean and reduces maintenance. Retaining walls and raised beds can mirror the cottage stone. If building low walls, choose stonework that complements or references the house. For stability, assemble heavier stones at the base, provide gravel backfill, and include a perforated drain pipe where water might collect. If stone matching is difficult or costly, consider modular stone block systems with natural tones. Raised beds, finished in stone or timber, lift plantings closer to eye level and improve drainage and soil control. Place furniture with intention. The garden in the image reads as an outdoor living room, with sofas and a coffee table on the lawn creating a welcoming seat. Choose durable, comfortable outdoor furniture proportionate to the lawn. Low, wide pieces feel cozy and invite long use. Locate seating so it catches dappled light and offers a view of the most attractive plantings. Add cushions in colors that echo the door and shutters for a cohesive palette. Use an outdoor rug or low garden table as the visual center of the seating group. Now choose a plant palette that emphasizes structure and seasonal softness. The image uses a restrained, classic cottage palette, evergreen structure, box, clipped balls, and low hedges, deciduous shrubs with seasonal bloom, and perennial edges. Use 3 to 5 main elements and repeat them to build rhythm. Structural plants give form through the year. Consider boxwood balls, euonymus, or clipped yew for evergreen geometry. For mid-layer, select flowering shrubs such as hydrangeas, rose varieties suited to the locale, or viburnum for seasonal bloom. For the lower edge, choose perennial ground covers and border plants, lavender, geraniums, salvia, or nepeta, depending on sun exposure. In shady pockets, pick shade-tolerant alternatives like hostas, astilbe, and woodland ferns that provide texture without demanding bright sun. Pay attention to scale and proportion. The house's heavy stonework suggests plants that can balance it without being dwarfed. Use groups of mid-sized shrubs and a few sculptural trees to anchor corners. Keep planting in odd-numbered groupings, 3s and 5s read as intentionally composed. Allow negative space, tidy lawn or open gravel. So plant masses read clearly and the seeding area remains uncluttered. Planting technique ensures success. For in-ground planting, Dig holes twice the width of the root ball and the same depth as the ball. Break up the surrounding soil and mix in compost, about 20 to 30% by volume, to improve fertility and drainage. Place the plant so the top of the root ball sits slightly above the finished grade to allow settling and air exchange. Water deeply after planting to remove air pockets. For container plants, use a premium potting mix with a blend of compost and perlite or pumice for drainage. Leave an inch or two between the soil surface and the pot rim to allow easy watering. Install drip irrigation for reliability and efficiency. Conceal the main line under mulch or under the lawn edge and branch off to microtubes feeding groupings and containers. Use pressure compensating emitters to ensure even distribution despite variations in line length. For easily accessed pots, consider separate inline emitters or individual microsprayers, and run the system on a timer programmed for early morning watering. For low-tech setups, commit to a watering schedule, slow, deep watering once or twice weekly depending on soil and season, rather than quick daily shallow watering. Mulch beds to maintain soil moisture and suppress weeds. Organic mulch, such as shredded bark, applied 2 to 3 inches thick, retains moisture and feeds the soil as it breaks down. Keep mulch away from direct contact with plant stems and trunks to avoid rot. In shaded beds that accumulate leaf litter, thin annually so soil does not become anaerobic. In sunnier spots, mulch more heavily to reduce water loss. Adopt a simple maintenance rhythm that is sustainable. Weekly checks include sweeping the porch and paths, removing fallen leaves from seeding areas, deadheading spent blooms, and checking irrigation emitters. Monthly tasks include light pruning of hedges and clipped shapes, checking soil moisture deeper than the surface, and feeding containers with a slow-release fertilizer and the growing season. Annual tasks include refreshing mulch, dividing overcrowded perennials in spring or fall, and assessing plant health for replacements or relocations. Pruning is about restraint and timing. Prune flowering shrubs after they bloom. For spring flowering shrubs, prune immediately after flowering to allow new buds to form. For summer bloomers, prune in late winter or early spring to stimulate new growth. When shaping evergreen balls or hedges, remove no more than 1/3 of live growth in a single season. Frequent light shearing maintains tidy form and preserves plant health. Always clean tools between cuts to reduce disease spread. Pest management should begin with cultural care. Healthy plants are the best defense. Encourage biodiversity by leaving small habitat features like a shallow bird bath or a log pile at the property edge. Monitor for pests visually once a week. For many common issues, manual removal or horticultural soaps are effective. Use chemical treatments only when necessary and choose targeted options. For instance, scale insects on boxwood are often managed by horticultural oil during dormant season paired with follow-up monitoring in growing season. Lighting enhances evening use and security. Use warm, low-voltage LED uplights to accent the house facade and a few specimen plants. Path lighting should be low and subtle. Fixtures placed to guide steps and highlight the walk without creating glare. Consider a single soft accent near the seating area for cozy, usable evenings. Conceal wiring under mulch or beneath paving stones, and use outdoor-rated fixtures for durability. Incorporate seasonal rotation with minimal fuss. Keep a couple of flexible pots near the door for seasonal swaps. Spring bulbs or cool-season pansies in early months. Summer annuals for bright summer color. And structural evergreen containers for winter. Seasonal rotation adds freshness without changing the overall structure of the garden. Small sculptural elements and personal touches make the garden feel lived in. A simple stone bird bath, a lantern on the table, or a small sculpture tucked into a shrub adds personality. Coordinate finishes, glazed pots echoing the door color or copper accents that age gracefully, to tie the composition to the cottage architecture. Budget the project and phase it for manageability. Begin with foundation moves, clean and repair the path and steps, place primary seating, and add 2 or 3 signature structural plants. These moves transform impressions quickly and inform later choices. Phase 2 adds mid-layer shrubs and bed planting. Phase 3 completes lighting, irrigation, and seasonal container rotations. Phasing spreads cost and labor and allows observation and refinement between steps. Troubleshoot likely problems with practical solutions. If the lawn near seating wears quickly, add stepping pads or a gravel extension under the furniture to reduce compaction. If soil is heavy clay and plants struggle, create raised planting beds with imported topsoil and compost. If drainage near the house is poor, regrade to slope water away from foundations and, if necessary, install a French drain. If shaded plantings look sparse, add shade-loving perennials and increase organic matter to improve soil and moisture retention. Invite wildlife subtly to enliven the garden. A small, shallow water feature on a timer or a simple bird bath placed within view from the seating area brings birds and light movement. Choose low pesticide planting and leave some seed-producing perennials or native grasses at the property edge to support insects and birds. Thank you for spending time with us today on Concept with Justin. If you found these ideas inspiring, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with friends who love landscaping and design. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest content. Your support means the world to us. Until next time, happy designing, and thank you for watching.